Hey guys, Jumping Robot here and welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we're doing something that's kind of a revamp of an old video I did. So the first video on this channel was the top 5 noob mistakes in CoD Zombies, and I thought with the release of Cold War, why not do one that's more specific to Cold War? So we're doing the top 5 most common noob mistakes in Cold War. So let's get into it. So in the number 5 spot, this one is not too common, however it can result in death, and it's parkouring into your horde. Now, with the release of the new movement system, there's many more routes that you can take to get around and train, and it's very good, except when you go into a public lobby and you see someone training down in Particle Accelerator, they got a nice big horde, and then they jump right into it and just die because they've been trying to do some cool parkour move and they've fallen back into their horde. It's not too common, but it is pretty annoying, and that's why it's in the number 5 spot. Now, in the number 4 spot, we have ignoring equipment. Now, this is the stems, stuns, tomahawks, all that stuff that you get from zombie drops or from the crafting table, and it's something that happens far more often than you'd like to think. Now, if you play Cold War Zombies and you've gotten tie rounds, you know how useful these things are, as they can save your lives by using stuns or stems to get yourself out of a corner, monkeys to distract zombies, all that stuff that just make it a much easier experience. Well, for some noobs, they don't know this and they don't use them, so when they get stuck in a corner, they just die rather than throwing a stem to escape, and when they go to pack punch, they just go and do it, and then get overrun by the horde and just die rather than throwing a monkey or a decoy, and it's pretty common, so that's why it's in the number 4 spot. Now, in the number 3 spot, we have something that even more advanced players are guilty of, and it's getting too close to the Megaton. If you've played Cold War, you know that the Megatons can smack you halfway across the map in the blink of an eye if you get too close to them, and it's very common, especially in noobs. Like, it does happen at all stages, but it's a lot more common at the noob stage. Now, this can result in death if they smack you into a horde, but most of the time they kind of just smack you into a wall. However, it can result in death, so yeah, it's not too good, and it is pretty common, so that's why it's in the number 3 spot. Now, in the number 2 spot, we have ignoring the crafting table. Now, I'm not talking about the ether scope crafting table, I'm talking about the crafting table where you craft your supports, your lethals, and your tacticals. Now, these are all very useful, as I mentioned in the number 4 spot. However, the supports is a completely other thing. If they're ignoring using them, it's very detrimental, as you can get self-revives and chopper gunners and stuff that can pretty much save your life and save the game very easily at the cost of some salvage. However, noobs tend to just ignore this and then just go and shoot zombies rather than using supports to either kill zombies or to save themselves. They just kind of just use guns, and it's very common to see this. If you go into any public lobbies with low levels, you will probably see this. Now, in the number 1 spot, the most common noob mistake in Cold War is not upgrading your guns. Now, this is not from Pack-a-Punch, as many noobs actually know how to use the Pack-a-Punch and upgrade their guns. However, I'm talking about upgrading them with salvage. Now, this is very, very common, so that's why it's in the number 1 spot, and it can also be very detrimental, as they will just spend all of their money pack-punching their gun because their gun will do no damage, because guess what, it's not been upgraded, so it's still going to be its loadout or common or uncommon rarity, and it's not going to do a lot of damage, and then they're not going to be able to buy perks, and then they will down, and then they will shout at you over the mic. So overall, something that is way too common, and if you're in a public lobby and you see someone struggling, tell them to upgrade their gun because they probably don't know how to do it. Now, if you did enjoy this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and also comment down below what you think the most common noob mistakes in Cold War are. Thank you for watching. This has been Jumping Robot. Goodbye.